Hello, hello, I'm Kate Costa and welcome back to New Venture Mentor, your home for free tips and info to help you plan, launch, and grow your new business. If you've done any research about raising funding for your startup or small business, or really if you know anything about human behavior, you'll recognize that you have a much better chance at getting an angel investor or venture capitalist to write you a check to fund your business if you're able to get a warm introduction to that investor. Assuming you don't spend all of your time rubbing elbows with multimillionaires, however, you may have to put in a little bit of work to get that introduction, and I'm going to give you some tips for accomplishing just that. First up, make sure you're prepared for a meeting before you head out to start trying to get those meetings. You really never know when you might procure that warm intro you're looking for and when the investor will want to meet. Now, I'm not saying you need to jump through ridiculous hoops and be available at an investor's every beck and call, but if you get the opportunity to have a meeting, you don't want to have to ask for a couple weeks to prepare. Additionally, you have to remember that these investors have lives too, and they care about many things much more than listening to your pitch. If somebody says they'd like to hear your pitch, but they're heading off on a month-long vacation next week, and so they need to see you the day after tomorrow, you need to be ready to pitch them the day after tomorrow. Secondly, be sure you know what type of investor you're looking for. Most investors, whether angels or VCs, have a sweet spot within which they like to make their investments. That means that they'll typically back companies in a particular industry, at a particular stage of development, in a particular geographic region, and that need a particular amount of money. Before you go out there networking, make sure you know where you fall in that mix so that you can be clear about who would be a good fit for you as an investment partner and who wouldn't be. Thirdly, get out there and become a part of the community. If you're watching this video wondering how to get a warm introduction to an investor, it's likely that you haven't really become a part of the entrepreneurship or startup community in your area. These circles tend to be pretty small, and it's actually pretty easy to get to know somebody who can make a connection for you or to meet the investors themselves at some of the events in your city. That's not going to happen if you're never present in the community, however. Whether or not you're actively seeking investment, you should be out there getting to know the other entrepreneurs in your area, participating in events, sharing your idea, learning from others, and just really committing to being a part of what's happening on the entrepreneurship scene. This is how you learn, network, and find out about new opportunities for your business. Fourthly, make use of the technology we have available to us and utilize the networking platforms out there to see who you know that could connect you to somebody who might invest. Jump on LinkedIn to look up some of the investors you'd like to work with, and you'll immediately be able to see if somebody can make an introduction for you. We have so much more visibility and transparency now when it comes to other people's networks, and you should absolutely make use of it. If you don't have somebody who can make an introduction for you just yet, move to Facebook and Twitter and try to find out where the investors you want to meet will be, and then plan to attend those events as well. If you continue to participate in the same community within which the investor participates, you'll eventually meet him or her, or at least meet somebody who knows him or her. Finally, be persistent. It might take you a little time to get a warm introduction to the investor of your dreams, but it will be well worth it once you do. Remember as you go through the networking process that there is much more value to building long-term relationships with the people you meet than getting a one-time intro to an investor. The best thing you can do is to bring value to the community. Share your idea, show off your intelligence and dedication, and most of all, help the other members of the community. An introduction is only effective when it's backed by praise, and you need to have a good reputation in the community in order to get that. That's it for this week on New Venture Mentor. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up on YouTube and maybe even making a small fan funding donation to help me keep this channel up and running. If you can't or don't want to give, no worries, but you should still subscribe to the channel and to my email newsletter over at katecosta.com to make sure you're always in the loop on the latest information, tools, and tips to help you plan, launch, and grow your new business.